So you've hit 30 weeks and suddenly it's like, whoa, this is really happening. Your belly's huge, your sleep is probably trash, and your emotions, well, they're all over the place. But here's what no one tells you at 30 weeks. They don't tell you that your baby's doing something wild right now that affects their feeding patterns after birth. And no one tells you the one thing that you'll wish you had started right now that has nothing to do with diapers or nursery walls. Listen, stick around because I'm about to walk you through what's really going on at 30 weeks, what most moms overlook, and some science backed prep tips that actually will make a difference. But before we dive in, I got a question for you. Have you joined my free weekly newsletter, the Due Date Diaries? It's like getting a voice note from your doula bestie every Tuesday with tips, mini prep talks, and secret resources that I only share with my email family. Think recipes, real talk, and must know prep that makes the wild ride a little bit easier. All you have to do is just click the link below to get instant access. Remember, it's totally free, and if I have to say so myself, it's super worth it. Okay, now let's get into what's happening with you this week. This week is an absolute wild ride. Why, you ask? Because at 30 weeks, your brain starts changing in a way that scientists call maternal neuroplasticity. Now, if you tuned in last week, you've heard this term before, but I want to go a little bit deeper this week. Now, maternal neuroplasticity, that's just a fancy term for the way your brain shrinks slightly but becomes hyper efficient at tuning in to your baby's needs. It's why your senses are on high alert. It's also part of why your sleep feels a little lighter. See, your brain is literally prepping to respond to a crying baby. Now, no one really talks about this, but it will absolutely explain that sudden need to clean random corners of your house or why your dreams are extra vivid or emotional. It also explains why decision making feels harder even though your instincts are stronger. So here's a practical tip. I want you to start mind body work right now. And that simply looks like light breath work or even prayer and meditation. This will support that neurological shift, even if it's done just 5 minutes a day. It really helps your body to prepare for labor. Now, by 30 weeks, your baby's brain is developing taste memory based on what you're eating right now, actually. Okay, so here's how it works. Research shows that babies exposed to a wide range of flavors in utero, yes, through your amniotic fluid, are more likely to breastfeed well and tolerate different foods even later. So that garlic, your baby's tasting it. That curry, same deal. And that sugary cereal, yep, that also. Now, nobody's telling you this, but feeding diversity starts now, not when solids began. Also, your baby is practicing sucking and swallowing, which sets the stage for their feeding reflexes after birth. So here's an action step for you. I want you to try rotating your meals a bit and include hydrating foods like cucumbers, citrus, and broth. Include healthy foods like avocado and olive oil, and also include foods rich in choline like eggs for baby's brain development. That should give your baby a wide taste memory. All right, now here's what gets skipped in most pregnancy updates. Your pelvis is already prepping for birth. Your body releases a hormone called relaxin. Say it with me, relaxin. Now, this hormone softens ligaments and joints, and it's great for birth, but it can lead to wobbly hips or sciatica. And no one is going to tell you this, but you can actually support your pelvis with simple movements that reduce pain and help the baby to get into position. So I want you to try this. I want you to try 10 minutes of daily walking, Also, gentle hip circles on a birthing ball, and open knee chest position or child's pose once a day just for 5 minutes. These will really help your baby to settle into a better position for labor and relieve that end of day pressure. Now, P.S. These are the exact movements I walk through inside of Bump to Bundle Blueprint, because preparing your pelvis is just as important as packing your hospital bag. All right, now we're going to talk about the emotional crash, right? Let's normalize this. Around 30 weeks, it's common to feel anxious, to feel overwhelmed, or just feel off, not like yourself. The key thing here is to realize that you're not broken. It's not just hormones. This is part of pregnancy where it sinks in that baby is almost here. Now, your brain is actually struggling to picture the after. And the world doesn't prepare you for postpartum recovery, night feeds, or how your body and identity, they're all going to shift. So, a lot of moms end up feeling blindsided. Here's what we're going to do to prepare you. Instead of spiraling into overwhelm, I want you to ask yourself, what support can I set up now to help the future me feel held, to feel seen, to feel heard? All right, now what this might look like is planning some freezer meals. Also, asking a friend to check in on you in postpartum, kind of like your postpartum buddy. Or you can enroll in a course that helps you to prepare for birth, breastfeeding, and those first few days that are a bit blurry. I've got one for you. Hint, hint, Bump to Bundle Blueprint. The link is in the description. All right, now everyone's telling you to stock up on baby gear, but here's the non-Amazon prep that really matters at 30 weeks. I want you to learn what birth actually feels like. And here's a spoiler alert. It's not just pain, it's pressure, it's intensity, and emotion. I want you to understand the first 48 hours of breastfeeding. Things like colostrum, cluster feeding, and latching. It's a lot. Now, I want you to set up a simple feeding plan, especially for those early weeks. Try to include backup options as well in case things go sideways. Now, if you're planning to breastfeed, here's a few things I want you to pay attention to. Learn what a good latch looks like. Understand how often your baby is going to eat, especially in those first 48 hours. And here's the spoiler alert. It's a lot, my friend. Also, I want you to know what to do if things don't go as planned, because it's okay if you're struggling with breastfeeding. Just know that there's plenty of help out there. All right, now here's a few more things I want you to pay attention to, because these are things that you're going to need as well. Okay, so first up is a go bag for labor. Yes. By 32 weeks, you definitely want to have this ready. So between now and then, I suggest you start packing little by little. If you want a comprehensive list, I have a free download in the description to help you pack your hospital bag in just a few minutes. So if you want to get that freebie, just go ahead and click the link below. Also, you'll need a list of postpartum must-haves, things like padsicles. You may have heard of them, but you definitely want to start packing and preparing that stuff now. Also, a clear plan of what you plan to do with your feeding plan. So that feeding plan I just talked about, it needs to help you clarify whether you're going to breastfeed, whether you're pumping, whether you want to do a combination of feeding, or if you want to simply do formula. That plan needs to reflect how you want to proceed to feed your baby after birth. Now, here's what a lot of moms tell me. I spent so much time prepping for labor that I forgot to prepare for what comes next. And honestly, that's the stuff that hits the hardest, because when baby is here, you won't have time to research. You'll be in survival mode. But you can get ahead of it now. You can start learning how to advocate for yourself in the delivery room, how to feed your baby with confidence, and how to handle those first 7 days postpartum. And I mean without the panic. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be prepared. And that's exactly what I help you with inside of Bump to Bundle Blueprint. So if you're nodding along like, yes, this is what I've been needing, I want you to go check out Bump to Bundle Blueprint. That's linked below. You'll get my full birth prep system and postpartum survival guide, plus a bunch of bonuses to make this transition smoother. And don't forget to grab your spot in the due date diaries so that we can keep chatting every week with real, raw pregnancy tips and all the things that your OB forgets to tell you. Now, drop a comment below and let me know what week are you in and what symptom is throwing you for a loop. I always respond and I love hearing from you. Until next week, I'll see you then for week 31 pregnancy update.